Snap of the place are good. And that field goal is pushed to the right. No good.
But I'll tell you this much. There's a certain somebody who was the reason as to why we did not have a tie game. There was a reason and a person's foot that failed the Wildcats of East High in High School Musical. There was a person who shares the name of another person who missed kicks down on America's Peninsula. Who was that person? Nick Novak! You missed a field goal to even up the score at 17 apiece. You goddamn bum. I would rather cosplay as underwear of Rick Ross than have you as my kicker. I would rather wear glasses, or I should say I'd rather wear a chain in a room filled with a ton of Aqib Talibs than have you as my kicker. I would rather be a road roller in JoJo Bizarre Adventure than have you as my kicker. You absolutely suck, Nick Novak. You could not get the job done. Okay? You suck. You know what you are? You're what happens when you try to play N64 games and they don't read. You just blow. You're garbage. Could not get it done. Cancel this man's contract. Take his name. Put it on the L train along with the rest of the Wildcats, and then tell him to get off the train, because he's arrived at Elimination Station and he needs to consider his name written down the death note because of his dreams of remaining a kicker professionally playing the sport that he loves has been absolutely deleted. Nick Novak, it's your fault. Snitsky says that wasn't my fault. Well, Nick Novak says it's my fault. Novak 316 says I suck ass, and I ain't talking about analingus. Absolute garbage. Novak, go back to the drawing board, cause your foot's for decoration. It don't work. Pat McAfee could kick footballs better with his appendage than you can with your human leg. You should be ashamed of yourself. Your father should have used a condom. Okay, maybe that was too far. Your mother should have used birth control. That's actually more expensive. Somebody should have bought the Plan B after your pops shot up your mother's club and got pregnant, because she gave birth to a kicker who actually made it to the NFL, you know, made a ton of money for what it's worth, but could not make the clutch kicks when they needed him to, and that's why he's sitting here on the L train with his motherfucking head back down. Nick Novak, Nick Folk, they look the same to me. Trash recognizes trash, and they both looking real familiar right now. Everybody in that locker room right now better be hitting Nick Novak with a German suplex. Every single one of them should be taking Nick Novak to Suplex City. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Nick Novak. Bring in a group of Russians. Take Nick Novak out to the waters and put Nick Novak on a kayak and make sure he never returns back to Los Angeles. Put him in the Pacific Ocean. He belongs with the fishes. Call up Fat Tony. Get him some cement shoes. This brother cannot kick. I got a better chance seeing Uncle Ben kick a field goal today in 2020 than seeing Nick Novak be a reliable kicker. And Uncle Ben is a little bit too busy. Too busy being dead. Nick Novak, you absolutely suck. Brassman put 499 on and said, don't that remind you of Steve Novak? When you need him to shoot a clutch three-pointer. Oh no. Well, yes, it's the same. It runs in the Novak family. Point me to a Novak that has done good for the world. There's probably one. Whatever the case may be, Nick Novak, you are trash. Put him in a Guard commercial. This man's trash. Garbage. Should be ashamed of yourself. Garbage. Doo-doo. Trash can. I'm ashamed. To think if you put two N's together and turn them upside down, they're a W. It's a shame. They ought to rip the N in your name and get rid of the corners. Get rid of the corners and just leave one. Put the Pythagorean theorem on Nick Novak's first initial in both of his first name and last name and make it an L. Take that N where you see the two N's, pull it a little bit forward, and then take the top piece and elongate it to where it's a right angle. Flip it over and then flip it the other way, and you got an L. Because that's all Nick Novak is a walking L. Nick Novak is what comes out of your rectum when you get finished eating Taco Bell. That brother is shit! And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into Hold My Nugget Studios for week 4 of the XFL, where we saw the Los Angeles Wildcats take on the New York Guardians, where we saw the Guardians of the Galaxy take down the Wildcats 17-14. Today's not going to be a joyous day for the High School Musical East High Wildcats. Oh no, the boys are back in the L train. Did they get their head in the game? No, and you can bet on that because you saw the Guardians, they were all in this together and walked away with the W because they stayed and stuck to the status quo. And I have been your host of the game, providing you the commentary that you wanted to see. Because I am the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis. WTM 121. You done missed the whole game and you're wondering why I went off. Search Nick Novak. And when you search it, I need you to make sure that you throw your computer away because it's now infected with a virus. If Nick Novak drunk Coronas, he is the human version of the coronavirus. He sucks. He absolutely sucks. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the stream between the Renegades and the Roughnecks. You guys have a magnificent Saturday. I lied. Nick Novak, you absolutely suck. I'm back now. No, I'm actually leaving now for real though. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good day.